guys, welcome back to the podcast. I want to make a special episode for y'all who might be feeling missing out on matching blessing, perhaps a little bit frustrated at the matching processes you've been through, and you're somewhat, insightful and wise, and you don't want to throw in the towel and say the blessing's not for me. But especially for you people who've been struggling for years, perhaps multiple matching processes that haven't been going through and working out, it's hard. It can be really rough, especially as we're recording. There's a 2025 blessing that is up and coming, and all your friends getting matched, people posting on socials, and so it can be quite disheartening. And there's a few brothers in particular that I kind of was talking with recently that were in matching processes that were working out, that did commit to the blessing, and then rather last minute didn't work out for whatever reason. And without getting into those specifically, I was kind of having conversations with these brothers, and the only thing I could say to a man that's going through that is that's really hard, that's rough. And what I told them is that when you're going through a dark tunnel, it's the hardest part of going through the dark tunnel is the actual process of facing the darkness itself. But when you get to the end of it, you will be so grateful and glad actually that you will have gone through that tunnel. In other words, when you do find your match, when you do receive the blessing that you've been working so hard toward, you will be so happy that you went through the processes that you went through. You will be so grateful for the experience that you're going through right now, through the dark tunnel you might be going through right now. In other words, another way of saying that, guys, is that if you had a matching process that doesn't work out, you will be so happy it didn't work out. And I know that's the last thing someone wants to hear. It's the last thing people think about when they're actually, having the tormenting experience of having something not work out according to plan or according to our desires. It's the hardest thing to see. But I just said to these brothers, that's all I can say to you is when you do find your match and your eternal blessing partner, you will be so happy that this process didn't work out. You'll be so happy, and you'll be grateful, not because it didn't work out, but because you'll be grateful for the experience that you went through. And that's it. That's all we can say. And so I have these words from True Father that really stuck with me when I was preparing for matching and blessing. They really stuck with me. So let's roll that. God's Will in the World, Chapter 25. Your blessing should be unexpected. Do not worry about anything else for these 7 years, but become literally crazy for God and crazy to serve mankind, forgetting about yourself. All of a sudden, I will say, "You are my child. The time for blessing has come. I want you to get blessed." Then you might respond, "Have 3 years passed already? Oh no, Father. I still have more to do, and I must become more mature." That is the natural response. In the Garden of Eden, Adam and Eve were not to tell God that it was time for them to get married. Instead, God was to call Adam. When a Newsworld staff member wrote to me asking, "Father, I want to get blessed. Can you bless me?" I wondered, does this brother really know the principle? Another brother was extraordinarily lucky. He was not even a candidate for the blessing, but was just driving the candidates up for the matching when he happened to be selected. He never expected to be blessed at that time. That should be the natural situation. If you really know the principle, you will know that this is the way the blessing comes, just all of a sudden. So Father's view is brilliantly wise because it's just focus on preparing yourself. Just be the best dang single person you can be, and God will guide you to the blessing naturally, as a natural, inevitable byproduct of your investments and your conditions and your efforts. All right, just have faith in that. Have faith in these individuals, true mother and father, who have matched hundreds of thousands of individuals and couples over the decades that they've been doing this. So trust in the process. Trust in the process that God is working in your life in ways that you don't even know. You can't even begin to imagine yet, probably into many, many decades into your blessing. Then you will see, oh, that process I went through, that experience I had, the battles that I went through, the internal demons, the process of gaining sexual integrity, the difficult situations, the mistakes you even made, are all part of this process that is unfolding in your life over time, and you will be so grateful for the experiences that you're having right now, even though it is the hardest time to be going through those experiences is when you're in it right now. All right? Have faith in that, guys, my friends. You will make it through the end of the tunnel. And here's a different perspective that is just based on the spiritual reality, that it is, let's say, there are multiple reasons why there's this kind of collective energy in our faith, in our movement, in our society of like, get matched now, get blessed now. Number one reason would be because a lot of the people you know, perhaps, probably, are getting blessed, getting matched left and right. It seems, right? Perception. And then another reason is because there is a collective campaign and mobilization to get as many people blessed as soon as possible for the blessing, right? Perception, also, perspective. And then on top of that, there is perhaps maybe you're having your own self-imposed beliefs that I'm meant to get blessed at this time. I'm meant to get blessed by this state, etc. Also perceived self-imposed emotional understandings, right? I'm not saying any of that is wrong or anything like that. All I'm saying is that there are reasons. There are reasons, psychologically, spiritually, emotionally, perhaps mentally, that you feel a sense of urgency or etc., right? But when you have perspective and you have experience, just go ahead and watch some of the testimonies of couples that have been portrayed right here on this podcast that have been through, years, a decade plus of matching processes not going smoothly, swimmingly, and then finally finding their spouse and being so happy. Just look at their faces, look at the way they interact with each other. So grateful for this experience to be with this person through that tunnel and finding the light, right? Just look at them. Listen to those stories, guys. It's all perception. It's perception. And it doesn't have to be difficult. Here's the kicker. This analogy I've been painting of going through this dark tunnel to find the light at the end of the tunnel. It's only a dark tunnel if you make it a dark tunnel. Think about that. Maybe the dark tunnel doesn't have to be dark, and maybe you don't have to go at it alone. Maybe you could have a bright, beautiful, vibrant color, and if you look tunnel, and if you look at the sides of the walls of this tunnel, they're beautiful portraits that are inspiring you along the way. And you're not alone, but you're hand in hand with brothers and sisters, like-minded people of your community, of your faith movement, that are step by step pulling you and encouraging you along the way. And you love it. Imagine if you could love being single. Imagine if you could not dread every minute that you're single and not blessed, but you could love it and you could be so grateful for this chance, because someday you will be blessed. And from then on, it will just be you and this person merge together, your lives becoming one eternally. And you'll be a man. At some point along the way, you will say, man, I miss being single. Not because you dread your spouse, not because you hate your relationship, but simply because it's a beautiful time of life to be single. It's a beautiful time of life that God created, gave purpose to this time of your life. There's purpose. There's a reason that we're spending these times of your lives with the first blessing, becoming fruitful, having individual completion and maturity. There's a purpose for this time of your life. And to rush through it as soon and fast as you can is not how God intended this time period to be used. This time period is meant to be enjoyed. It's meant to be a thriving experience, not something that you are dreading day by day. So imagine what it could look like if you could genuinely be happy for people that are getting blessed, right? Your friends that are getting relationships, and genuinely be happy for yourself and your own experiences right now. It's not everyone's destiny to be blessed at the same time. Think about it for a second. It cannot be everyone's God-given destiny to be blessed and matched at the same time and to receive the blessing at the same time. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. It makes sense that there's a time and place for everyone, and you don't know what that might look like. You don't know what it might not look like. You just don't know, right? And so why am I making this episode? It's not to excuse anyone. It's not to excuse people that are not taking action, that are not moving forward in the face of uncertainty and fear. It's just to understand. That's it. It's through understanding that we can start to have a little bit of God's perspective. Like God's perspective is just like, don't worry, things work out. God is the ultimate long-term planner. Don't you forget that. God is the ultimate long-term planner, long-term thinker. You can't be God and think year by year, blessing by blessing. Oh, am I going to get blessed? Is it going to get blessed? Is my child going to receive the blessing this year? And getting all worked up and stressed about all the details of finding a wedding dress and the right tuxedo and a blessing ring and managing the finances. God cannot give a hoot about most of the stuff that we stress out about year by year. God is the ultimate long-term planner. And so with understanding of yourself and understanding of God comes a certain perspective, a long-term view on your life and things, and be like, you know what? You don't have to worry too much about things working out or not working out. Things happen, yes. Struggles happen. Things don't work out. There are big hiccups in life, big bumps and little bumps. And ultimately we have to take full ownership and responsibility of those challenges and victories and joyous occasions. And we just have to move through it together in life. And when you do find your blessing partner, you will have the most joyous of memories and you'll have the most horrendous of memories. That's for sure. That's guaranteed. That is guaranteed. I was talking with some brothers recently who are getting blessed very soon. And they're like, oh, like everything's great. They're in that real honeymoon phase where they're just like, oh, she's so amazing. She's incredible. And I just kind of just like enjoy this. Like, this is fantastic. But at the back of my mind, I'm like, I always tell them when we get off a call, I'm like, when you guys are struggling your brains out and you hate each other, just letting you know I'm here for you. Like, I'm here when you want to talk about that stuff as well. But I'm happy for you. And I say that not to set people up for failure at all, but really because it's inevitable. Things will come crashing down at times in big ways or small ways. You never know. And when those times come, I want people to know, I want you guys to know, like, there's someone out there that's there for you, that's been through that and is willing to just be there and hold your hand through it. And don't be afraid and egotistical to reach out to them and say, hey, like, I really hate my wife right now. I really hate my husband. He's disgusting. I hate him. Cool. Welcome to the club, son. Welcome to the club. Welcome to the family. Welcome to human life. Such is life. Such is the process of creating a blessing. Such is the process of coal becoming diamond. Such is the process of you becoming more like God, because you are no longer an individual with your life preferences. Until now, you have been operating as one unit, one person, one individual with your preferences, your ideas, your concepts, your expectations of life, your future. And then suddenly you're merging your life with another individual that has their own life path and their own life experiences and their own perspectives, expectations, and concepts. Of course, it's not going to be smooth. Of course, the process of two becoming one is often wrought with tons and tons of emotions and difficulties. But my friends, that's the whole point. That is the blessing. That's the part of it that you have to rejoice in and be like, oh, this is what Benjy was talking about. This is it. This is when we get to shine forth. This is when we become diamonds, is when we, at the end of the day, can say with confidence that I love my spouse more than I did yesterday. I accept them. I give them grace. I feel God in them more than I did yesterday. That's the point. Then by doing that day by day, month by month, year by year, decade by decade, you are becoming like God. You are becoming the dual characteristics of man and woman as God's heart, that you will give to your children, you will give to society around you, and everywhere you walk will be God walking. Everyone you speak to will be God speaking. That's it. That's the blessing, my friends. And it's that process itself. So don't worry. Don't do it. Just don't worry. It'll all work out. It will work out. Okay, lots of love to you guys. I am almost home right now, and I just thought to record this episode for you because I can feel it in the air. I can feel it in the air. Of course, you want to be happy for people. Congratulations. I know you post, on the comments section, you say, oh, congrats, so happy for you guys. But I know there's a part of you that's like, oh, man, what about me? What's in the cards for me? who's my spouse? I know. Don't forget what father said. Don't forget what mother said. All right? Don't forget. Go back to the Word. Go back to God. And everything will work out. Okay? Everything will work out. All right? Lots of love to you guys. That's all I have for you. Let me know if you want to share something with me, if you want to email me or something like that. Feel free to do so. I am available to people that are serious about life and want to get matched and blessed for free because I love you. All right.